me why it's more worth it to be single than to have a partner.
All right. It's because a lot of women don't want to date a man. Stay with me. Seems most women want a man to date them. Let me break that down.
Okay.
Before I carry on, I personally have lucked out. My wife is a unicorn. She's awesome. But I've been with some real bad ones before. But most women don't want to integrate into your life. They don't want to be sitting there while you're playing poker with the guys that you've done for the last 15 years. They don't want to be a part of your motorcycle club. They don't want to go to you with shooting matches. They don't want to date you. They want you to date them. And if they're over 25, they probably got a youngin'. And over 30, they probably got at least 2 youngins that they're looking for somebody to fill the void that their pappy left. And you know for a fact that you will never be number one.
Tell me why it's more worth it to be single than to have a partner.
Okay, let me preface what I'm about to say with the fact that I not only love, but I like and respect women. And that my thoughts and opinion are my own, and that I'm not saying it, I'm speaking for every man, okay? That being said, I'm going to answer to the most honest way possible. A lot of men don't want to be in relationships because there's just a lot of nasty attitudes and entitlement, and the dating pool is trash. And it's like, just like everyone is in this I don't give up competition of like, oh, I could care less, so I win. And it's just like, it's so weird out here. Like, everyone says they want a relationship, but nobody wants to do the work, right? Everyone is trying to get everything they want without putting forth much of anything. You got women who are saying they openly want men to buy them everything they want, or they'll find someone who can. And it's like, okay, cool. Now, I'm not saying that's a majority of women, or even like that's like a handful of women. A big sample size, but a handful of women. I wouldn't say it's all of them. Then comes just the fact that a lot of women don't know what they want. And I'm not talking about like going out to eat or something like that. I'm talking about a lot of women don't know what they want. They don't know what they want. A lot of women haven't done the work. A lot of women haven't been in therapy. A lot of women don't know how to communicate. A lot of women are emotional tyrants, and they're petty. Okay? I'm not talking about, I don't use the word emotional the way most men do to try and disregard a woman's thoughts, feelings, or opinions or something. I mean, like, a lot of women really just are not emotionally regulated. Now, I'm sure we could say the same for men, but I'm talking about from my perspective right now, okay? So then you can't communicate. You don't know what you want.
Tyrants?
Right? You might be stuck in a second childhood where you think a man should pay for everything. You guys want relationships, but you don't want to put in the work that comes with them, which is like, oh my God, consideration of your partner. It's not control if your partner may not like something. How about communicating through complex subjects or topics? There's that. Also, let's keep in mind, a lot of women don't want the men that want them. Not even giving them a chance. Women want men to work until they're 70, paying off for everything, so they don't have to, so they just could take care of the house.
Yeah, this is a good point. This is a good point. And this resonates with me and my observation. So many women don't want the guys who want them. They want the guys whom every other woman wants. You understand this? Because many women, maybe because of social media and the, how can I put it, celebrity culture, want there's this particular kind of guy that they want. And if you ask 1 in 10 women, you ask 9 in 10 women, they will tell you that this is the kind of man they want. So they want a guy who is rich, who is faithful, who is a provider, who is a protector, who is handsome. And trust me, it's so difficult to find one man who's got all these qualities. It's rare to find that kind of a guy. So what does this mean? It means that this kind of guy that most women want is usually 1% of the male population, like 1% or 0.1%. So if all the ladies want 0.1% of all the men, then many of the ladies will end up without having a guy, and many of the guys will end up without having a lady. And this goes to show that this goes to prove that they wouldn't be in a relationship, they wouldn't be dating each other, they will be single. So in essence, what he's trying to say is that Most of the ladies don't want the guys who want them. The ladies want a man like a high value man, a rich man. That's what they want. But not all the men are high value. Not all the men are rich. So are you going to stay there, stay late, waiting for a rich guy to be with you when there is like an average guy on the side trying to woo you, trying to start a serious relationship with you? This is the reason. And when the guys come to this kind of ladies or girls or females and they turn them off, they turn them down, the guy will go off and he will be single. And the lady is going to still stay single. That's why you find many guys single and the lady is single. And I'll tell you this, like I mentioned, because of celebrity culture, people come online, they see the guys flaunting a sports car, expensive car, Lamborghini, or many guys come online, they see the serial misogynist Andrew Tate talking about how a top G has to have 5 Ferraris, has to be rich, has to have money and all that. Forgetting that Andrew Tate made his money off webcam, selling women to make money. That's how he made his money.
Women want men to work until they're 70, paying off for everything, so they don't have to, so they just could take care of the house. And then when he drops dead from exhaustion, they're like, well, on to the next. I have a lifestyle to be upkept.
I will say no. Why? Because nowadays, so many women are working. Women are in the public sphere. They're going to 9 to 5. They're business women. They're making money. So claiming that women want to rip off men, women want men to work until they are 70, and when they die, they will move on to the highest bidder. No. I disagree with this point. I disagree totally and completely, because women are now working and have their own money. There are so many. Do you believe that most of the women who are single, like majority of the women who are single, are women who are financially independent? So these women are not looking for a man to pay their bills. They're just looking for a relationship. But the only problem is that they are looking for someone who is higher than them. And that's so difficult to find. It's so difficult for them to find someone higher than them. They want to date up. They don't want to date down. That's why they're single. Clean and simple. Clear and simple. They're not looking for any man to take care of their bills, to take care of them. This is wrong. This is unacceptable. Like, nowadays, if you're paying attention, you will notice that women are no longer looking for a man to pay for their bills. Women are independent ladies. They take care of themselves, buddy.
That's not including that women expect men to come put together already. Like, you can't be a work in progress and date. And I personally think that's very elitist, but whatever. A lot of women want men like, oh no, I'm not helping you. I'm not putting up with your emotions. I'm not doing that. We see it on TikTok all the time. We see it in real life all the time. Women don't want men to be like humans. They want men to be stoic men. So it's like, in a way, a lot of women want the good old patriarchy to serve them for their best interest, but they don't want the full patriarchy. So that's confusing. I mean, not including it's expensive. And then lastly, or one of the many other things, is that women are irritating. Like, we could say men are trash. Men hear men are trash all the time. But do women really realize how irritating they can be, bro? How unnecessarily, I'm talking about, like, it varies from sensitivity to and hurt feelings to a bunch of other stuff. I truly look at it and I'm just like, the dating out here is trash, bro. Like, if the ball had bounced differently in my favor, who knows, I probably would have been married, or I'd be in a relationship right now, happily working on it. But as I see it right now, I don't see a relationship for a lot of guys because of some of the reasons I've listed, in addition to the emotional tyranny that men have to deal with women's emotions. And I'm not talking about just like, oh, I'm happy, I'm sad, or I'm cranky, I'm hungry. I'm talking about like real rap, like, and then no one appreciates thoughtful, simple gestures anymore. Everything needs to be ornate or ostentatious or something like that. And it's like, baby girl, why don't we just go to Cheesecake Factory? Like, I know I make light of it, but like, imagine we had like think pieces on like why you shouldn't go to a chain of restaurants. It's like, what the fly? When did chain restaurants become too good for dates? I don't even know you. I'm not taking you to Nobu. I'm not taking you to a fancy place like Red Robin or Olive Garden. You know? I'm joking, but in a way, like I'm like it's like, come on, like be considerate. Like a lot of women aren't considerate of men at all. Like at all in the slightest. So then why would men want to give up their peace, their solitude, and sometimes loneliness to bring another person in their life who's not adding or contributing to anything but one or multiple of the things I've listed? I don't know. But shout out to whatever. If you're in a relationship, congrats, love you. I hope it works out. If you're not in a relationship, congrats, love you. Hope that works out for you too. Okay, bye.
So according to this guy, he's single because because of emotional tyranny from women. So according to him, women are emotional tyrants and he can't stand that. Let's continue.